Hi guys, it's your boy again, Javifromhtx, back again with another vlog. I know it's been a really long time again. As I said, I probably won't even make another video, or probably won't even try. Or from all the above that I just said on the last vlog, I honestly forgot. But I'm back again. Of course, I posted a guitar cover video of Props of Mayhem. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out, please. Right over here. Put a little tag right over here. So, right now, of course, everything looks more different. I'm not in like my room, and that's pretty obvious right now. That's because I'm visiting my parents over in California in Petaluma, and I'm just taking like a little vacation right now, away from Houston, away from city, away from like all like the traffic and everything, away from work. I kind of just needed like a little vacation for myself, especially because I haven't had a vacation all this year. Last time I went out of the city, or when I went on vacation, was like last year in December. But that was for my uncle's wedding that took place over in Las Vegas. We drove all the way over there, by the way. But point of this vlog is basically it's kind of, I guess, like another update. So these past 3 vlogs that I've been doing are just basically updates from what happened. I know from the last vlog I mentioned how I was gonna go to Columbus, Texas, and work for a company. Actually, I think I should talk about that. So, I got scammed. Yeah. So the whole job, or the people that were contracting me to be with them to work over at Columbus, Texas, it all just fell. So I mentioned how I was gonna go to Columbus, Texas. I was gonna be there. How I was gonna get paid 50 per diem. I was gonna get paid 25 an hour and everything. Yeah, all of that didn't even go through. So I applied to that job in Indeed, and then I didn't I was searching for a welding job during that time, and I was just applying on everywhere. I went from Indeed, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Jobcase. I think there's another app that I had, but those 3, Indeed, LinkedIn, and ZipRecruiter, are the main ones that I use. And on Indeed, I applied to that one. They're called Peter Blankney Services. Now, fuck them, because, of course, I mentioned in the vlog, I'll restate it again. They gave me a virtual interview on Google Meets. I had an interview. I had the interview and everything, and then I said, oh, orientation. I had it on Sunday. Really weird, but because I was just working and I couldn't. So I told them, Sunday I can do the interview, and I did the interview on Sunday, and they said, oh, okay, so Friday will be orientation to give you the job details and everything, or where to go for the hotel, where the job site is, and everything. Cool. I was working at another shop by that time. I got hired at a shop on Friday, on that previous week, and then on that Sunday I had that interview. Now on Monday I worked, and I told my boss that, hey, I'm gonna be over Columbus, Texas, and everything. I got hired. I basically got hired because I had the orientation. So now this is my mistake. So I told him, I won't be coming in within the next week, because I'm gonna be over Columbus, Texas. I have orientation and everything. And I told him that I'm sorry. He barely hired me, and that was my first actual welding job at a fabrication shop. To be fair, it was a small fabrication shop, like 30-40 minutes away from where I lived, and on top of that, they had no benefits at all. No PTO, no insurance or anything, which kind of sucked, but it's just a small fabrication shop. Friday came, no orientation, no nothing. And then then I got an email on that Saturday saying, oh, we're gonna push it back, we hired a lot more people than expected. And the interview did someone, they tried to hire 185 at least, but they ended up hiring like 217 other people, including me, within those 217. And then once that came out, someone within the management team blew the whistle on the owner, Peter Blankney, and saying, oh, how he scammed all of us basically, and how he went behind his back, because the payroll that they were gonna pay us through was through Chime, which was kind of sus already. Well, which was the main thing I gave with that was really sus, because who pays through Chime and everything? So basically, he wanted all of our bank information and everything. They didn't get anything out of me, because I always said, oh, I was gonna set it up, but I kept on forgetting about it. They basically, the owner basically just trying to scam all of us out of our information and bank information, and just fucking ran away. We don't know where he went, to be honest. And I was basically just left without a job. Then the fabrication shop already replaced me, and I was left without a job, left nowhere to be, because at that time I resigned as a lead at Hollister, and I was trying to pursue my career as a welder, and I felt bad from what I had in mind that I can do this and everything. I don't need anybody's help. I can do this all by myself. I had to find my own way and everything, so I had that in mind. And I kind of didn't want to just go back to Hollister and just say, "Hey, I'm back," because technically I'm basically still a regular associate there. I don't have the management abilities or the access of management anymore because I'm no longer a lead. Which I do miss Hollister dearly. I really do. That was basically like my job, basically my home, because I was there almost every day. Like my home for like 2 years, and I do miss it. But I kind of didn't want to just go back to them and like feel like a disappointment in myself, because I felt bad if I do, then I kind of just did all that for nothing, and I just left. Well, resigned. So I was basically out of a job for, I say, probably like a good 2 weeks, a week, maybe 3 weeks most. And I ended up finding a job to be a helper. It was at a fabrication shop like right behind my high school and my college. So basically around the area that I grew up for school. So it was 15 minutes away from my house as well. It was just right behind everything where like all the companies are at. And I got there and puro raza ahí, güey. Puro raza. Like all of them are just like Hispanic dads. Like all in their 40s, 30s, maybe even up to 50s, 60s. They're all pretty much like older than me, basically. I was the youngest at the shop. I started at 19 as a helper. Now, at first it was pretty okay, they told me I was going to be a helper, so I thought I'm going to be a welding helper. Nope, they put me with the fitters, which basically I'm just fitting up the project, reading the blueprints and everything, prepping up material, grinding, sanding down, tack welding, and just basically preparing all the projects for the welders to weld. And at first it was pretty okay. I kind of was like, okay, sure. But I just really wanted to weld because in high school, I learned how to weld. I learned how to MIG weld, MIG copper wire, and then stick weld with 6010s to 7018s. I was about to say it the other way. With stick welding, and that's the only ones I knew. Of course, I knew how to use a cutting torch and everything, and I fabricated a 16-foot long gooseneck trailer and then a barbecue pit as well on top of that. So I already knew how to do all of that. Of course, I didn't know how to read blueprints either, but I learned how to do it at the shop. And then in college, all I did was just weld plates together the whole entire 4 hours. Of course, MIG, stick, TIG. I learned how to do that. Combo welds with stick root and TIG fill and cap, and I learned how to pipe weld as well, only with stick and TIG. I never did it with MIG, but over there I learned how to flux core weld, which is something I never knew, but it's pretty much the same thing as well as MIG, but just a different wire and different process as well. So right now I'm still at the shop. I've worked there since March. Right now it's September going to October. Well, technically it is October now. Today's October 3rd. I kind of didn't like it anymore, so around May I bought my truck. I graduated. I did my graduation ceremony in college for high school. So I did my graduation for college. I did my graduation ceremony for Lone Star back in May, and that same, I believe, week I bought my first truck, a 2022 GMC Canyon. Fucking mint. And during that time, I thought, oh, well, I kind of been here since I was waiting to graduate college, and I've been there for like 3 months. So I was like, you know what? Let me go somewhere else and find another job trying to weld. Went to another shop to be a helper. Got paid $16 an hour. I'm over there. I'm getting paid $15 right now. Getting paid $16 an hour. 45 minutes away from my house. I had to wake up around the same time, just so it was a little more farther. Just had to wake up a little more early. And all this happened when I was still 19. So I went to a shop. Didn't like it. The fucking foreman treated me like shit. I failed the TIG weld test for stainless because it's been a while since I did TIG and I failed it. So he told me, if anything, I could teach you here. You can just kind of I could just teach you here if you want to work. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Got there, put me as a shop helper, and I was just basically just prepping the material and just grinding the whole entire day. That's it. For 2 weeks straight, I did that, and the foreman just treated me like so shit. Like, he talked to everybody else except me. And whenever they welded and everything, you know, they all sat down or whatever. And then whenever, you know, I sat down because my hand was hurt from all, like, you know, the grinding and everything, and I got tired, I kind of sat down on my tool chest, and he got so mad and just fucking went off on me. And he just treated me like such shit. So I ended up leaving that shop, and then I was out of a job again for a month, and I went over to another shop over, like, in Conroe, in the Conroe area. And over there, they told me, you know, I was gonna be a welder fabricator. Okay, so that's cool. You know, I get to, you know, just fabricate projects and everything and actually weld. They told me I was gonna be a laser welder. So I'm like, okay, I've never done that before, but I can learn how to do, you know, laser welding, because, you know, I thought in my head that I was gonna actually be, you know, like the actual laser welding machine with the gun. Now I got there, and it's always gonna be fabrication. They're fucking production. All they do is produce beams, stainless steel beams, I-beams, channels, tubes, like just angles. They call themselves fabricators and all of that, but in all honesty, what the position is a machinist, a CNC welder machinist. I'm a traditional welder. I do not fuck with any of that machine welding that does the job for me. I want to do the job myself with my own hands. All they did was just produce beams. That's it. Stainless steel beams. That's it. The whole entire day. And all of them were like complaining how this is hard work and everything. How they're in such a rush to produce all these beams. How it's such hard work. They all just fucking irked my soul. Because they were complaining how much hard work they have to do. And then to like the fabrication shop that I went back to, which I ended up going back. I ended up going back to the shop, and it was just completely different, because over there, at the production job that I went to, all we just did is just like press some buttons, let it weld for us, and make sure, you know, it penetrated so, you know, the weld's all right. We had to acid etch and everything, which I learned how to do that. I learned how to run the machine and everything, but that's about it. And then you have the production side, which they call it production, but technically they're material prep, not material prep, but they're the finishing people who like grind all like they basically grind the weld on the outside, and then that's all that's it. They just grind. They have other ones that, you know, that bend the beams, because, you know, it starts to warp, and that's basically it. Then you have your material preps, and then you have the people, you know, basically package it all up and just send it off. That's it. That's all there is. Over at the shop I'm working at, welders, there's like a total of 4 warehouses. There's one where, like, you know, all the fitters and welders are at, but mainly fit. There's shop 1, shop 2 are mainly for fitters and welders. Shop 3 is like a really, really big, long one. So there's like 2 right here, and there's the third one right over here. And you have your material prep on this side, you know, that cuts all the metal, that preps it up, that grinds, finishes it off. And then you have this really long shop right over here, which is still connected with the material prep. That is for, you know, really, really big projects. So the one I'm working on right now is for a bridge. And then you have your other warehouses that's connected to the third one right over here, way off to the side. That's where painters. And over there, you know, I feel a little more better over there now, because, you know, I kind of had to accept that, you know, I'm going to have to start right here. I basically had to just grow my experience to be a welder. I thought myself, you know, I was going to get a welding job, start welding, you know, making $20 an hour, $25 an hour, making so much money. I can buy myself a house and everything at 22, or just, you know, just make so much money that I can just do whatever I want. Life hit me in the face real fucking hard. Like what Madara Uchiha said, wake up to reality. You know, nothing ever goes planned in this world. So I even got depressed as fuck, because, you know, nothing was working out for me, because I wanted that welding job so bad, and nothing was working out at all. So towards the end, I kind of just gave up. You know, I was still optimistic about everything. You know, of course I had my truck and I still had to pay it. But none of the jobs that I was at really, I didn't even like. And I went back to my first job because, you know, I was actually, you know, actually working. I was fitting. I was actually, you know, welding, even though it was just a tack weld. Maybe just like an inch or two and that's it. But still, over there, I'm actually, you know, kind of just learning and actually putting my experience from school to use. Not as much, you know, to welding, because I trained and studied and everything like that for school to be a welder, not a fitter. And I told my supervisor that, because I didn't want to be a fitter. I want to be a welder. And I told my supervisor that, and for the fitters and helpers, and he got so booty hurt about me not wanting to be a fitter or anything and wanted to be a welder, and that he started asking me so many of these questions that, you know, I answered him right, that he still disregarded me to become a welder because of my eyesight and everything. He told me, you know, you don't have to be like everybody else. You can just stay as a fitter and not, you know, hurt your eyes or anything. I don't want any of that. I want to be a welder. There's a reason why I went to school. There's a reason why I want to do welding, because that's what I'm good at. I don't want to be a fitter. I don't want to prep up all the projects that all the welders can do. I'm prepping up projects for something that I can do as well, that I can actually weld and put together. So right now I'm at the shop, back to square one, I guess. I still work at Hollister from time to time whenever, you know, I want some extra bank, you know, a little bit extra cash whenever I want it. And I just can't seem to just, well, I also have Hollister as well as a backup. Then with me, you know, I feel like I just feel good there. Of course, you know, I'm in my 20s now. I'm the oldest working, well, not the oldest, but the longest working associate there. I've been at that store for like almost 3 years now. I'll make 3 years this October. But I've been there within like, since of course October, and there's like been like 4 GMs that changed. I like it's been there for a while, to be honest, but yeah. So this is just, you know, a little catch up with me, you know, update on everything in my life. Probably make another vlog as well just to prep it up. This is an update on everything. I'm in California. I'm gonna be here for a week, then I have to go back home and start work again. But yeah, if you watch this whole entire vlog, thank you so much. I'll try. I say this every time with every vlog that I do. I'm gonna try and keep consistent. I'm gonna try and make vlogs. I just need to balance it out, because I go to work, get out at 2, 3:30, depending if I want to do an hour of overtime or not. And then I go to the gym for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, maybe up to 3, depending. And then I go home, prep my lunch, shower, prep up my lunch, and then go to sleep. So I just need to find a balance within that as well. So yeah, thank you so much. There's still a lot more updates that I want to talk about, but I'll do that probably tomorrow in the next vlog, or sometime down the line within next week. So thank you for watching this video. If you watched the whole entire thing, I appreciate it so much. Please like and subscribe. Follow my socials. I'll link in the bio or anything. I'll put something right down here. Look at my guitar cover video right over here. You know, this recommendation, or just even go to my channel and, you know, just watch it, please. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope all of you have a good day. You know, reminder, you know, your knuckles are reset, so, you know, go ahead and pop them. Good morning, good night, whenever you watch this. I hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good day at work, at school. So yeah, thank you guys. Bye.